Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here today. And today also happens to be Sci-Fi Sunday. And on Sci-Fi Sunday, we talk about all things sci-fi, fantasy, and comic book related. And today, we have to talk about some comic book related stuff because it's the last Sci-Fi Sunday before Christmas, and I thought it would be fun to take a look at 5 comic book Christmas movies you could watch. So 5 superhero Christmas movies you could watch. Let's jump into it. So if you're like me, you like some of the less traditional Christmas movies. You want to find something that is a bit out there, something that's not completely part of the norm. And let's face it, there's so many that we watch every year that we forget about some of the ones we could be watching that while they aren't technically Christmas movies, they could be interpreted as such. Or even another thing is we tend to watch Die Hard every Christmas. I know there's a lot of people that do, but that's a big debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or is it? If you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie, let me know in the comments. And if you don't think it's a Christmas movie, let me know in the comments. But that's not what we're talking about today. I still want to hear from you on that topic. But we're going to be talking about 5 superhero Christmas movies. And we've talked about some this year already. We talked about the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which technically is a superhero Christmas movie. But we're not going to be talking about that one here. That's not on this list. However, I do want to say that all of these movies are not Christmas movies. They do have Christmas in them at some point, however. So that's why I chose to do this list. Just something fun that you could watch this year rather than an actual Christmas movie and still have Christmas within it somewhere. The only exception being the very last one. Now, the last one on this list, of course, is going to be my favorite, but the rest are basically in no particular order. However, I will start with the most questionable one first. So let's get into 5 Christmas superhero movies you could watch this year. And first up is Wonder Woman 1984. And I know what you're thinking. This is not a Christmas movie. Most of the action takes place and it looks like it's summer. But there is some things that hint that it is a very Christmas-like setting. So that's kind of it. So what exactly is it? Despite spending most of its time in the summer of 1984, moments of this film actually reveal the setting to be Christmas. Now, we don't know if it was actually intended that way, being that most of the movie is set in summer. Why do that? Well, the movie did come out in December, and maybe they did it just to kind of capitalize on it coming out in December to show a little bit of Christmas. But Wonder Woman 1984 can definitely be watched at Christmas because just like the other Christmas movies we're going to talk about, Wonder Woman 1984 does, at some point, have some Christmas-related vibes. There are the children playing, there's the snow, there's Christmas trees, there's decorations. There is the festive vibe. So yes, you can count this one. It's a bit more of a stretch than the others are going to be on this list. But you can definitely do worse than to watch this movie if you haven't seen it. Especially if you are a fan of the previous DCEU stuff and not so much a fan of the DCU. If you're like me and you like them both, then this is still a fun thing to maybe watch. But that brings us to 2013's Iron Man 3 in our number 2 spot. Yes, Iron Man 3 is technically a Christmas movie. Christmas is not a big part of the movie, but it's set around that time. You see a lot of the stuff that goes on behind all the action is a very Christmas-like setting. And for that reason, Iron Man 3 has become one that people have talked about in terms of it being a Christmas type of movie. And I can see it. I mean, I enjoy watching Iron Man 3 this time of year, just like I enjoy watching it if I'm watching all the Iron Man films. So you could definitely do a lot worse than to watch that one as well if you're looking for that just slightly something different superhero movie. Which brings us to our number 3 spot, which is Shazam from 2019. Now in this movie, a teenager is chosen by an ancient wizard to transform into an adult superhero just by saying the word Shazam. We all know the story, but this movie actually has some Christmas-related vibes in it too. Now, I'm not going to say that the entire movie feels very Christmas-like, but there are times in the movie where it does really take that front and center, and you get to see all that. Now, as of right now, we've kind of stretched the boundaries of what these Christmas movies are for superhero films, but you kind of get the picture as to why we put them in there, and Shazam is no different than the previous two. You could do worse than to watch this movie, especially if you are looking for something fun and superhero-ish to watch. It's definitely a fun movie. And then coming in at our number 4 spot, you have Spider-Man No Way Home from 2021. After being exposed by Mysterio, Peter Parker must live with his identity being known after botching a spell performed by Doctor Strange's old enemies, and other Marvel films arrive in his dimension to terrorize the city. The ending of this film takes place in New York during the Christmas season. So again, it's kind of not the biggest Christmas movie that you could watch, but if you're looking for that superhero vibe that has a bit of Christmas in it, you could do a lot worse than to watch this one as well. And I know that these movies are a bit of a stretch, but these are the ones that are always recommended if you want superhero Christmas movies to watch. It's not, however, the best, because the best one is still to come. What exactly is the best one? The best one is one that definitely has Christmas vibes all the way through it, and you know it. As soon as you sit down with this movie, you get those vibes instantaneously. At least I do, and that's what makes the movie as fun as it is. Of course, I'm talking about Batman Returns from 1992. Tim Burton is known for his sort of strange way of looking at things, and Tim Burton is also very much obsessed with Christmas, it seems like. A lot of his movies you can watch during Christmas and really enjoy them. But in Batman Returns, Batman faces off against the Penguin and Catwoman during the season of Christmas in Gotham City. So you could do worse than to watch this one, definitely, because it has those Christmas vibes all the way through. And it is my personal favorite of all the superhero films that we've talked about today that you could watch around Christmas. It is my absolute fave, and it is one that I do watch every year. But I want to know what you guys are thinking about this list. Did you like the movies that were on this list? Do you watch some of them already every year? Do you not? What movies would you recommend I put on this list that are superhero films that take place during Christmas? Have I missed any? Whatever you're thinking, I want to hear from each and every one of you. So make sure you leave me that comment in the comment box below. Let me know what you think. And then don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so that they can enjoy some superhero Christmas fun as well. And if you like positive content in your feed, you're going to want to let the algorithm know that by hitting that like button. It can't hurt, it can only help. Let's let the algorithm know we want more positive content talking about the fandoms we love. And if you're liking our channel personally, you know you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Because you know it, and I know it. Fandom is family.